Hey nerds, I'm your recapper, Shane. Welcome to Harken Back. Somnambulant from their battles in Hattersfeld, our heroes rested and readied themselves in Stillgate, partaking of its glittering gardens and bespoke boutiques. Amidst their more whimsical errands, Seeker chose to make use of his ancient elven scroll, performing the 24-hour ritual to become a holy warrior of Laurus.
Laurus, grant me the wisdom to understand the mysteries of magic and the strength to wield it with honor. Shield me with your power and protect me from harm as I seek to deeper understand your gifts. I dedicate my mind, body, and soul to your service. Guide me in your ways. And I repeat them over and over. So I get louder and louder, and I want my voice to resonate off of all of the 8 walls in the chamber.
Once reunited at the Queen's residence, the party found themselves surprised by the sudden appearance of a fey creature. Curiously, this was no Archfey Dalmuk or Lord of Shadehold, but a messenger from a being known as the Weaver.
I mean you no harm. I've only come to deliver a message.
From whom? How'd you get in here?
The Weaver asks you to attend her. She says the time has now come for you to learn the true nature of the battle you fight, and that she can reveal to you a way of defeating the wolf. She knows his secret, where he has hidden the means to his undoing.
The factory.
And so they found themselves once more traversing the raging woods south of Sunplume in search of the apocryphal witch of the wilds. Unfortunately, our heroes were not the only ones on the hunt.
A cold wind rips through where you're standing, and a voice on the wind whispers, "Run."
Nope.
You hear this yipping, howling. Mozzie turns to you all. "Ravagers."
Huh?
What? Those are night hounds. Our only hope, our only safety, is to get to the lair of the lady. That's all.
The lady?
Falnora.
Breathlessly reaching the surreal domain of the Weaver, the agents of repair became audience to an elaborate presentation from the deific many-armed figure.
A time when the emergence was a recent memory, and gods and titans scarred the faces of the world. 6 young deities and the 6 lights come forward, begin to circle around you. Foreseeing the events to come, pledge themselves to Elbor, and they fall and crash into the blue underneath you as land begins to rise upwards and away. As the blue peels back, you see mountains rise and land appear. They pledge themselves here, each anchoring their being to this sphere, and you see suddenly as the blue is encapsulated almost. This shimmering barrier of light that comes around the edge. Their covenant demanded that as all 6 lived, the sphere would thrive, protected from the chaos outside. And you see like shadows try to latch on to this glass sphere, these things you see almost at the edge of your awareness. As long as they live, the sphere thrive, protected. Yet should betrayal corrupt the heart of one, and death come to any, all should perish, and the veil would be no more.
Several truths were brought to bear. The gods must die to kill the outcast. The outcast's death would make Elbor vulnerable to untold threats, and Corvin Amberstone's phylactery lay waiting in the waste. By the Weaver's direction, the party headed to Westreach to reconnect with Seeker's old cohort in the Crownlink crew, some of the only known people to go into the waste and return alive. Having faked his own death to escape the crew more than a decade ago, Seeker knew not who now filled the role of this vanguard, so they began to ask around for one who held the title of Walker.
What do you want?
The Walker.
I don't know where they are, but I know where to find the person who does.
Keep talking.
And then you'll let me go?
Keep talking. You're not in a position to bargain.
The Ashen Hammer. Look for the open seat at Luca's table. I can't make any promises. I don't know how to play.
We'll be okay.
Seeker sat down with the dealer to join his clandestine card cant of cryptic query and cloudy clues, but Flynn, confronted by one of Seeker's old partners, Mortis, favored a different style of communication.
Flynn, I'm gonna tell you this once. Don't fuck with me today.
When we're walking, if like a group of people starts walking close to us, I just wanna be like, sorry. And I'm just gonna run. I open the door.
Yeah.
What do I see?
You see like a kind of a big warehouse that's like stacked out in front of you. You see crates and boxes.
I would like to find a fucking crate and hide in it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll like try and find one that's not like right next to the door, but I'll maybe like go around a corner and just like jump in the next crate right there, just like, and then just like cover myself up with whatever's in it and just put the top on and don't move.
You hear the door open.
I can't. This is like a. Oh God.
Steps as the crate you're in is violently kicked over.
No, don't do that.
You fall out of the crate. You see Mortis and this other woman who you do not know their name standing there.
Found me.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid. He hits you.
Is it a natural 20 again?
You gotta be fucking kidding. Oh my God.
You have 31 hit points.
What is the auto death on this? Like, what is?
If it exceeds his maximum HP into the negative, what's your max HP?
114.
114, yeah.
And you're at what now?
30.
31.
31. So if you subtract 31 from the roll, and it's 114, and he dies. Fearful for Flynn, our heroes were coerced to follow Mortis beneath the city to the hideout of one of the Crown Link's Oro patrons, the nefarious Zami Ghazi. They made their request to meet the Walker plain, but the crew does not tolerate desertion, and despite Kellick's best mediatorial efforts, Zami demanded a costly penance.
You have avoided our agents for quite some time. Despite the persistent rumors about your continued breathing, I am almost of a mind to allow bygones to be bygones. Cleverness should be rewarded. Strength and cunning are the calculus of the crew. But there is no statute of limitations on betrayal, and that I cannot abide. And she waves her hand. And you see from a side chamber a woman in her... appears to be in her 50s, probably at this point, maybe 60s.
No.
Deeply tanned skin, tight braids, across the hair, same fierce look. Syl Blackthorn, your mentor, and the person who brought you into the crew. Why don't you tell us, Syl? What did you do, the little yiddy here, after you stabbed him in the back? I brought him back.
Syl, no.
And why? Because he was always too good-hearted for this life. And she takes the knife from her hip, and she slashes Syl's throat.
I'm gonna rub my ear.
She's maintaining eye contact with you.
Syl, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have come back if I did not have to. This will not stand.
They respond in a whisper only you can hear. I'd do it again.
Galled and horrified, but made powerless by counterspells and walls of force, the agents of repair were left with a room of dithery onlookers and a blood-stained floor. Whatever reason any of you had of joining this can't be it.
The problem is they're here now, so their fate is the same if they leave.
Only if they all agree to it, Seeker. What would happen if you all decided this wasn't the way it should be? I know how hard it is to disagree with the people that you respect, but even the gods make mistakes and should be challenged. Their price paid. It was time to meet Walker. A figure revealed to be a young woman by the name of Kira, who'd been introduced to the crew by Seeker himself.
Hello, Kira.
You need to go to the wastes.
Yes, desperately.
Why?
The fate of Elbor depends on it!
Didn't he just say it? He's going to kill a lich!
I want to hear it from him.
He just said it!
There's a phylactery in an old temple Talaris. We must destroy so we can kill the lich. It's bigger than this. The only reason I stay my hand.
Crestfallen by this affront to their restorative ethos, Kellick paid his respects at the altar of the Three Temple, a basilica of great significance to his past and of great consequence to his future.
We sit here, Famir, at your mercy, as our family are out in the earth, leading for causes both mysterious and specific, otherworldly and close to our hearts. We ask for your grace, we ask for your protection, and we ask for your patience as we muddle through our own choices. I recognize, so too I think, the many among us, that you may have things to ask of us, that we here, seeing ourselves in your reflection, reflecting your light to each other's eyes, may visit your grace and your patience and your glory unto each other, unto the world around us, unto our friends and our family and our enemies. Like, we know that everything has a cost, but we also know that things can be traded for mutual benefit. So we give of ourselves that we may receive. We share in the glow of the light that reflects from us all.
For too long I have left you unanswered, my child.
It's quite all right.
We could not condemn the world to what the gods of malice had brought. And so it falls to you. And I am sorry for this burden.
How do we kill the outcast?
When the time comes, I will cede my spark to you.
As our heroes peer out from the heights of Westreach upon the vastness of the waste, the steady acceleration of their journey begins to set in. Find the phylactery, kill the lich. Locate the island, kill the outcast. How could tasks so beyond imagination be explained in such simple terms? Find out next time on Venture Forth.